Alright guys, friends, thank you for watching another video. My name is Adam. I go by Coach Hard Gains. That's the name of my coaching platform. I've been coaching bodybuilders and recovering addicts for well over 20 years. I did 23 years bodybuilding naturally. My first coach and mentor was Joe Dodd. That was Arnold Schwarzenegger's stand-in for the Conan the Barbarian movies. That means he had to look and be built just like Arnold, and he did. Joe was a professional level, rest in peace, competitive bodybuilder. He had a gym in Trenton, New Jersey, where I'm from, called Man's World. I grew up around so many amazing physiques, some of the best. And some of them were just the guy that delivered your mail, the guy that did your trash. They were amazing. So that's where I cut my teeth in bodybuilding. Listen, after doing 23 years naturally and then being enhanced for the last 6 years at this point, I've also been coaching enhanced bodybuilders and natural bodybuilders for over 20 years. So I'm literally, my blood is curdling inside at this point. From what I hear on the internet, from the shit that I see being put out on YouTube, from guys that have been bodybuilding for 5 years, for maybe 10 years, they did 2 or 3, 4, 5 years naturally, and then they went enhanced, and they've just been blasting shit, taking whatever. You don't know what you're doing, and you don't know what you're talking about, and you are misleading people. You are completely telling young people the wrong shit. You are giving them the wrong protocols. You have no business making these videos for young people to watch. So then young people jump on gear, and they really don't even have any business doing it at that point anyway, because they don't know what they're doing. So today's video, I've got to express some concerns, and I'm going to clarify this information for those of you watching. Please trust me on this. Today's video is Prami versus P5P. Cabergoline, that's how you say it, cabergoline versus P5P. P5P is pyridoxal 5-phosphate. If someone's making a video and they can't even say pyridoxal 5-phosphate or cabergoline, please don't trust them at all. Okay, guys? Listen, Caber and Premi are very harsh supplements. They are harsh. P5P is a natural supplement. It's simply an activated form of B6. And everybody takes B6 in their multivitamin. There's a little bit of B6 in there. So P5P is a little bit different. What does P5P do exactly that you need to know about as a bodybuilder? Okay, let's get into that. All right, I think we've got good sound going on now. Okay, I've got a new setup here, guys. I've got a new camera with some new mic preamps. We've got some new stuff going on over here, so excuse me if I'm kind of all over the place. Now listen, Caber and Premi are harsh. They really are, okay? I've had experience with both. P5P is as simple as it gets. It's a vitamin. It is a B6 in activated form. You can take all the P5P in the world and it really, you may start getting sick. You may start feeling some like adverse effects, but it's not going to do anything to your system that Caber and Premi are going to do. There are people that suffer greatly from Caber and Premi, from doing a cycle of it. There's people who experience Caber and experience depression, experience lethargy, experience suicidal thoughts. It's a very harsh compound. You don't want to have to go to it. P5P is a preemptive compound. If you start taking P5P after prolactin has built up greatly into your system, P5P is going to take quite a while to actually build up in your system to start working and lowering your numbers, okay? I personally do not aromatize to estrogen heavily at all. In fact, I aromatize very minimally. So I can take up to 750 tests a week without any other compounds, but simply just blasting a 750 test a week without any AI. And I feel good. My estrogen is obviously on the high side, but I feel good. Personally, I prefer my estrogen to be high. There are also videos that say that crashing your estrogen is no big deal. Crashing your estrogen won't do anything. That is bull. That is somebody who doesn't know anything, who has never crashed their estrogen and felt complete depression, felt panic attacks every single day. If you crash your estrogen, many men have come to me from around the world with suicidal thoughts. because their doctor or their clinic crashed their estrogen to the point of non-existence. That is dangerous. There are men that suffer greatly from crashed E. That's it. So if somebody is saying that crashing your estrogen doesn't do anything or you won't feel it, that's somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about. So I'm telling you, please do not take that person's advice. Be very careful. Okay? There's so much misinformation on both sides of the field in this topic. Crashing your E is dangerous. So keeping your estrogen optimal or a little high will help you feel a little better. But there are some men who prefer to have their E on the lower end of the range because they feel better then. But that has nothing to do with crashing your E. That is completely different. Again, going back to the topic. I can take a simple blast of test without any AI. I don't need it. I don't aromatize heavily to estrogen. But on the other hand, if I'm taking compounds where prolactin starts to build up, I also take a lot of opioids and I take a lot of kratom on a daily basis because I have severe spinal degeneration. I just had a spinal fusion. I have a brain injury. I've been cracked in the skull by a dump truck. I experience daily severe pains. Okay, so I use opioids and kratom to manage and mitigate my pain. Those substances will increase prolactin. There's no question about it. Opioids and kratom increase prolactin. So the more opioids and kratom that you are consuming, you will increase your prolactin. This can also be dangerous for your PSA levels, for your prostate levels. But we'll get into that in another video. This is about prolactin. So once you have now elevated your prolactin levels to a dangerous point, your doctor or your clinic or whoever you're working with, hopefully, will then prescribe something like Caber. And then if you're managing your supplementation on your own, I'm sure you're going to think, oh, I need a round of Caber. So you're going to go get Caber or Prami or whatever. You're going to take that, and then in the beginning, you're going to feel, oh, I got an elevated libido, I feel good, I want to have sex all the time. You're going to start feeling a little positive, a little bit upbeat, and then after a little while, after that builds up in your system, you're going to start feeling like shit. You're going to start feeling kind of out of breath and lethargic, and you're going to start feeling like depressed, and you're just going to start feeling down. Then you may start feeling heavy depression, anxiety, panic attacks. Then some people start experiencing weird thoughts. On a heavy round of Caber, I've had guys come to me with suicidal thoughts, with bad thoughts, kind of like if you're taking 1,000 milligrams of Tren a week. Because of our biochemical makeup, we are all different. Our neurotransmitter function is very different for each of us, depending on our genetic makeup. But many men do not respond well to larger cycles of Caber. So you want to avoid that. So again, sometimes that may be necessary because if you have elevated your prolactin to a dangerous level or to an extreme level, starting P5P is going to take a long time to build up because again, P5P is something you should be taking every day. If you are in the enhanced lifestyle, P5P should be one of your daily, just like NAC, TUDCA, vitamin C, just like milk thistle. Those are your dailies. That's part of your daily regimen. That should be something that you don't even think about. They go together. P5P should be in there just like NAC and TUDCA for you. Okay? I take 300 milligrams of P5P on a daily basis all year round. And that helps keep my prolactin down, especially if I'm just taking TRT management. And then if I add in a little DECA for my spinal issues, because it really helps incredibly to manage my spinal pains, I increase it a little bit, maybe to 400 a day. And I'm taking 400 milligrams of P5P throughout the year. Now, if I go on a blast, and depending on what compounds I'm taking, I may increase my P5P intake to 600 milligrams a day. That typically, as long as I do it preemptively, beforehand, and I let the P5P build up in my system right before I get on my blast, that manages my prolactin in a really healthy way, without all these negative side effects of taking a round of Caber and Premi. That is something that all of you need to be thinking about. But you can only know this if you are on top of your blood work. If you're not somebody that's going to be doing your blood work religiously, donating blood religiously, and taking the necessary ancillaries, the protocol that should be every morning, every afternoon, and every night, please do not become enhanced. You do not become enhanced until you are ready to do it right. Then you're going to end up like someone like Cali Muscle. I'm not even going to say any more. Go watch his videos. I mean, Cali Muscle's all messed up because he didn't do any of it right. You don't want to end up like this. Guys, we do this for health. I know we do this for aesthetic purposes, but we do this for health, to maintain optimal health. I'm 43 years old. My body is beat up, beat to hell. I've already had a spinal fusion. I have a major TBI. I have so much nerve damage throughout my body. I'm always in incredible pain all the time. I'm in a lot of pain just sitting here making this video, but this is what I have to live with, okay? We do this for optimal health. You're not going to have optimal health if you are not taking the proper ancillaries. And P5P needs to be one of them. I hope I've made my point, friends. Please be very careful with the BS that you watch here on YouTube. And even some of your favorite YouTubers are simply regurgitating information that they've watched somebody else regurgitate from somebody else. And it's just developing all of these bad habits with so many people. Please be careful with who you trust. That's the video. Go get your P5P. Thanks for watching.